You haven't started yet.
No, we were about to.
Technically we have.
We're starting right now.
Right now.
Right meow.
I think I can make this work.
What is it?
Joining the game for real. I was debating, and if you guys had already started, I'd just listen. But
And having a microphone that works.
yeah, that does help. I was just recording myself playing, and I shredded my voice, so that's fun.
Oof. I'll probably end up doing that tonight because I'm playing.
Woo. Stream.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow is not terribly difficult to sing, but oofta.
Oh boy.
All right, so
When
when is Falk singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow?
I don't know. I mean, somewhere around there's recordings of Living on a Prayer.
I have it. I have that. I was super excited to have it too.
So
Some third world countries, it's currency.
if you are wandering in on a random YouTube link to this current episode and lacking some context, well,
Too bad you're not getting any.
Welcome.
welcome to the Dolby Inn.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Bitch.
All right, who's playing tonight? Let's start with Chris.
I'm Chris, and I'm playing Scraw 2. He's the cousin of Scraw number 1, and he's a Kenku fighter.
Scraw number 1 can be found in our Friday game, the Caravan game.
Oh.
Sometimes.
On rare occasions. All right. Comic, are you going to end up joining us or not?
Yes,
Who are you playing?
I am playing the ever so lovely Blinky Lou.
Bollocks. All right. Eric?
Hello. I am going to be playing Dr. Richland Buttstuffins,
Hell yeah.
proprietor of the Stitched Witch, of course, along with my son Charles and wife Penelope. And in the background you hear, "That's not my name!"
What are you guys, like, on a car ride right now?
She has to look over him to make sure he doesn't get into trouble or accidentally blow himself up.
They're going to sing Sweet Child of Mine and almost run into oncoming traffic.
Are you bringing Lincoln, Robin?
No.
Who are you playing?
Her name is Raven Windgale. I actually made her for another game that I'm probably not going to get to play in. So
Aww.
she is a 5th level paladin.
Cool.
I'm super stoked.
Cool. Son of a bitch, you're bringing a paladin.
Ah, it's not lawful.
Okay.
She's chaotic
Interesting.
good.
Last time Gumby brought a paladin, he wrecked shop. Destroyed everything I had. Kim?
Hello. Tonight I'm like playing Saralach Durley, and she is like a bard,
I'm
half
killing
orc.
Have you learned nothing about bringing names that are hard for me to pronounce?
No, like everybody says Sarah because they can't say Saralach, but it's really cool if you can. And you'll
No.
be like my friend forever.
You know what? Fuck that. I'm saying Sorella.
Psoriasis.
And I'm spelling it with like an X and a G and a H. How do Klingons spell gach?
You spell it however you want. I don't really care.
A-H-K. All right, Sorel A-H-K.
I'm only like doing this because I did a character for the Little Realms podcast that had this voice and they loved it. So this is for you, Little Realms people.
I hate it.
Yay, Little Realms.
But I love you, so it's okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. I think it's morning at the Dolby Inn. Who wants to be there?
Raven will be. She'll be sitting at the bar having whatever the answer, really. She arrived the night before with about 4 other knights. She is a knight captain.
Okay.
And yeah, they're on a mission from her king in a neighboring kingdom.
Are you all together right now? Or is it just you?
It's probably just me. The knights are probably, roaming around town doing other knight things.
Okay. Here's your drink. Oh, what's Raven?
Damn it. I made it easy.
You have to make it hard so he remembers.
That's right. I don't even have to look at my paper to know it's Sarah. I'm going to be disgusting every time I say it.
Excellent.
The end part of her name
It's
was
part
eaten
of
by
your
the
charm.
fish.
All right, so you're sitting there at the bar, and 2 pirates walk up. And one says, no, that's not a joke. This is 2 pirates walk up, and they order rum, of course. And they...
How did they spell rum?
They spell it R-U-M-U-H. Rum. They smell very fishy. And one looks at you and says, do you look like a paladin? Do you look like a knight?
Kind of. So her armor is very dark in color. It looks rather beaten because being a knight captain, she's seen a lot of shit. The only thing that really makes her stick out is her helmet that has golden wings on either side of it.
Like Captain America. Or the Flash.
I was thinking more like a Valkyrie, but sure.
Let's see. Do you reside in Dolby often, or are you somewhere else usually? Are you a stranger here?
Well, yes.
Then roll a perception.
I got a... I got a 14.
Okay. Well, when you walked into the Dolby Inn and also just hearing things and talking to people, you know that the Apple Valley Harvest Festival is going on, and so when this pirate turns to you and says, "You going to the valley?" You know what he's talking about.
Okay.
You going to the valley?
Doubtful. Unless I find a reason to. I don't usually partake in such things.
Well, me mate and I were going. We were just seeing if anyone would care to caravan with us. For a small fee, of course.
So you want protection?
It wouldn't go amiss. We're transporting some valuable goods. We're going to sell them at the market.
I see.
Is that something that may interest you?
I don't see why not. I could use an extra coin or two, and I have nothing better to do currently.
Har, har, har. Ah, splendid. Well, we'll be leaving this afternoon, probably in a few hours, close to lunchtime. And it will probably we'll be there by afternoon. What do you brandish? Do you carry a sword?
You would notice a huge halberd leaning against the bar next to her.
That sword? No firearms.
No.
Very well. Well, it is imposing, I'll give you that. I don't reckon anyone will contend with us along the way, not with someone your size, with your caliber of weapon.
Hi, that is a big sword, says the other one.
You... As a knight, how bound by the law are you? I mean, I'm only being curious and inquisitive. It's not that what we're transporting is illegal or anything. You understand?
I'll put it to you this way. They call me the Valkyrie because I don't work under a law.
Har, har, har. You're my kind of fellow.
Are you female? You're a raven. You're a girl.
You're my kind of lass.
Yeah, she is a chaotic good paladin. So she's good, but she will also like kill for the greater good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If murdering one person saves 1,000 people, she will murder the person. It doesn't matter.
Nice. Well, if saving a person gets these guys money, they'll save them. Here's your drinks, your rum and your rum. Anything else for you, Miss Raven?
Do you have a cider?
Yes, I thought I do. And the pirate says,
Cider. You do realize we're going to a valley full of apples, don't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna get in the
You're gonna
mood.
be awfully tired by the time. I like your spirit. Listen, should there be trouble, your fellow knights aren't going to come looking for us, are they?
They have their own things to do.
Excellent. All right.
and he takes a huge swig of rum. Anybody else got anything going on?
Scraw had walked in right behind the pirates. They just didn't notice him. So if they're like going to turn around to leave, they're going to bump into him. He's standing literally right behind them. The Scraw clan,
right.
they tend to just like get in lines without realizing it and just follow wherever the line goes.
I'm gonna say the secondary pirate goes to take a huge swig of rum, and as he leans backward, he clocks into you and goes, "No, sorry there. Oh, ooh."
Oh, sorry, that. Oh. And like I reach out my hands and kind of like brush off his shoulders and stuff, and kind of put him back into the proper place.
Oi, what a big bird!
Arr, he's a large one, he is. What's your name, bird?
Scraw.
Scraw. Are you lost? I
It's not that we're transporting anything illegal or anything.
Hey, that's what I said. You must be like one
Aye,
of
that's what I said.
You're like one of those parrots that we have. I seen some of me mates with parrots like those to imitate other people.
I have nothing better to do.
Oh, you're good, mate. All
Aye,
right,
that's a big sword.
all right, learn this one. Fuck, fuckity fuck.
Fuck, fuckity fuck.
I like this one. Hey, bartender, let's get this bird something to drink. What do you drink, bird?
Do you have a cider?
I just happen to have it here, yes. He goes, he gets another side.
I grabbed the one out of his hand that he was gonna hand to her.
I'll get you another one, Miss Raven.
She's just chuckling. It's fine.
You wanna come to us? You wanna come with us to Applefest, bird?
I have nothing better to do.
Excellent. Well, we'll be leaving in a couple of hours. Just meet us outside.
And they take the last swigs of their rum and start making their way to the stairs.
I follow along because I'm still in line with them, basically.
I figured you would. They don't even notice as they go upstairs, and you follow them to their room. And then, if nobody else wants to jump into the inn, I'll probably fast forward us to the
Boogaloo.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a word and I couldn't think of it, but Boogaloo will do great.
I think Sorella is upstairs in the inn and is about to walk down the stairs. So
Oh,
if that's where the
Okay.
pirates are.
Yeah, they're gonna go upstairs. I'll put that picture real quick.
Okay. So she's coming out of her room in like pink, a violently pink nightshirt and bunny slippers. And her hair is all messy, and she very clearly doesn't brush her tusks.
Kind of missed what she was. She's
She's a half orc.
Oh, okay. When you
Should
said
she
tusk,
have to? Should she have to make an attack roll against everyone for violent pink?
Yes, probably, but we'll see. But anyway, so she would be exiting her room, just very clearly has just rolled out of bed.
the first pirate is kind of jingling his keys, trying to find the right one. The second one looks at you and gives a nod, and he's kind of continuing to stare awkwardly at you.
Like, what are you staring at?
Oh, nothing. He looks back. And
Haven't you ever seen a half orc like in her jammies?
Oh, don't mind Petey. He don't get out much. We've been cooped up
You
on a
guys-
ship a long time. There ain't many women out there.
Well, I just,
Aye, that's a big sword. And I like pointing at him.
like, what sword are you talking about?
I point down.
You have a sword in your hand.
nope.
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 Oi, keep your mitts to yourself, mate. And he kind of turns away from you both of them. And then he kind of looks back and eyes her again, almost like he can't even control himself. And the pirate finally gets the door open. They're going into room number, which one has 3 beds? Room number 7. And you hear a voice from within say, I gotta think of a voice. Oh, you get me eggs?
Oh, no. Bug it all.
What's that sentence?
We
I
forgot.
couldn't tell what that sentence even said.
He asked if he got his eggs.
Oh. It was like all vowels.
Sorry, mate, we forgot your eggs. You'll have to go down and get them.
Okay, oh. And they go into the room, and I assume Scrop follows.
Yeah.
Hey. Like, why do you have a bird with you?
The first pirate pops his head back out and goes,
I don't know.
he says,
Hey, you going to the apples today?
Well, yeah, that's like why we're here.
Oh. There's more
Me,
of you?
me and my boy are like totally gonna go. But he's still sleeping.
when you say that, his face kind of falls, but then he says,
Well, if you need a ride, we're going that way. We could always wagon pool.
Like, that sounds like a good idea because it can be really dangerous on that road. And I once heard that there was like a whole troop of like 60 people that like got completely decimated by this big old beast that was out there. So I would really appreciate it if we could go together. That'd be amazing.
when you say that, his face falls even further, and he kind of scratches his head and goes,
Dangerous, you say?
Well, that's what like Tommy told me like last night, and he was trying to tell me all these really bad stories about like why we probably shouldn't go. But I think it's just because he's actually in love with the guy behind the counter downstairs, and he doesn't want to leave the inn.
now, as you keep on talking, his expression changes to like, shit, what have I gotten myself into? And he kind of cringes and starts to back into the room.
All right, well, I gotta be on me way.
And then his partner sticks his head out and goes, we're leaving in a couple of hours if you want to. And then he kind of gets muffled as the first pirate pushes him back into the room, and he says, if you want to come with us.
Yeah, like that totally sounds cool. I'm gonna go downstairs and get some like breakfast. And
Great, that
then
sounds
I'll
great.
be
He
ready.
slams the door in your face.
And I will proceed downstairs.
Okay, you go
I'll
downstairs.
follow.
Hi. Like, now you're following me?
I got my eggs.
Oh, you like need some breakfast too? Okay.
Yeah,
And I
that
will
totally sounds cool.
I love this bird. So I will then continue down the stairs with this bird following me.
You round the lobby, and you see it's mostly vacant. There's just some cleaners and stuff doing their work, and maybe a couple people checking out. And then you get into the dining area, and you see Raven with her giant-ass sword sitting in the corner.
Oh, I will walk over to Raven. Is that like the sword that those pirate guys are talking about?
Oh, it's apparently an axe. What would you call that weapon?
Yeah.
Halberd?
It's a halberd.
Halberd. Oh, kind of cool. Should like a halberd. Sorry.
Like, it's not a sword, but it's really big.
It's for cutting off really big heads.
That sounds totally awesome. Can I join you for breakfast?
Sure.
Like, hi, my name is Sarala. You can just call me Sarah, though.
You sound like Jimmy Fallon doing one of his ew skits. Like, ew, ew. Sorella. Never heard of her. Well, do you have anything to drink, Miss Sorella? Ach.
Yeah, like, do you have like a Bloody Mary and like a big plate of like eggs and bacon?
That I can do. He starts doing his work.
Thanks, Rupert.
Can you roll up a new character real quick? One that I don't hate.
It's okay if she dies. I'm not attached.
Richland will come like sprinting into the bar, and he's like the entire time he's running through the hotel, he's like, Rupert, 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 and he like slides into the kitchen. He's like, Rupert, you have to see this new invention I just made. Oh, it's so good. Look, 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 look. And he's like pointing at his pants, which are like made out of denim. And he's like, look, look. So I've made it so that you don't have to carry sheaths anymore. See, you can put your knives or your swords or what have you into these fine pockets right on the sides. Look, and they come out easy as this. And as he like tries to draw these short swords that are like in the sides of his pants, he just tears his entire like legs off of his jeans. And he goes, right, I never added the protective levers. Well, still, you can see that they work quite efficiently. And he like starts tearing off the rest of the pant legs that are like hanging on by scraps.
The entire time that this scene is going on, Chef Rupert is just standing there staring at you, pouring vodka into this Bloody Mary, and it's filled to the brim with vodka now. And then he looks down and kind of gets startled and stops pouring and goes, is this all right? I think I could still get the celery in.
I suppose. Like, could you get 2 stalks of celery?
He sticks them in and it spills over the top, and he slides you this giant glass of vodka. Like a little bit of tomato juice.
Well, oops, wrong. I can't even keep
Alavari!
She shows up in everything Kim does now.
I haven't seen you since the Fillmore Crossing.
Just because I do the voice doesn't mean it's Alavari. Anyway.
It's a Tanya or whatever your last name was.
This'll last me like all day, but I'll do my best. Thanks, I guess.
Those really are nice pants, I think, Mr. Buttstuffins.
Oh, yeah, well,
His name is Butt Stuffins? Oh my god.
Oh, yes, Richland Butt Stuffins. I run the quilting shop.
She acts surprised like she's never tried butt stuff before.
Oh, I love butt stuff. It's like the best.
All right. I could keep my cooking utensils in them, yeah?
In your butt?
Yes, I was thinking- oh, yes, I suppose you could. Probably a lower risk for such accidents as these. But, yes, you definitely could, I suppose. I'll whip up a prototype and get one to you. I'll just need your sizes.
Very well, I'll get them measured. And then as he says that, around the corner comes the third pirate, whom you haven't seen. And this guy is really, he's very, very skinny, almost malnourished skinny. And he's got one of those eyes that just looks off to the wrong angle, so he's never actually staring directly at you. And he goes up to the bar and he says, I need some eggs, please. Some what? That was all vowels. Or I need some eggs. Oh, eggs.
Seems he needs more than eggs, I would say. Rupert, get this man a breakfast stuffing scrambler, if you...
He looks shifty and nervous with his one eye looking at you, and he says, I don't know if I got the money for that.
No worries, Fred, no worries. I'll spot you this one. Everyone really should try it. Very delicious.
Oh, thanks, mister. Hey, y'all going to the Apple Fest today?
Of course, I have my cart all loaded up already.
Oh, that's cool. Well, that's where we're going. And, anyway, we got ghost apples.
Around this time, Scraw is like looking at the halberd and he touches it and it falls over and makes a really loud noise. And Scraw like flutters up onto one of the tables and poofs his feathers out real big.
Are their feathers just kind of floating in the air now, too?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Raven leans down and picks it up, and she goes, "I'll have one of those Dr. Butt Stuffin' special breakfast things."
I point down to her after she says that, and I say, "Get this man a breakfast butt stuffing scrambler."
He immediately grabs a goose and starts shoving stuff up its ass again. So,
I think I could still fit the. Or wait, no, it's Rupert. I think I could still get the celery in there.
is there anything that you guys want to take care of before we leave?
Well, Saralach is going to go upstairs and have a fight because Tommy does not want to leave the inn and is very cozy, and so she is just going to end up leaving him there.
Okay. The pirates hear every word of it, I assume.
Oh yeah, there's lots of yelling.
As well as all the housekeepers and everybody. So, the hours tick by pretty quickly, and then the pirates come down to the lobby, and their third mate is still eating eggs. He's finished his plate, but he's just been kind of chatting or whatever. And then they say,
All ashore that's going we are ashore. All aboard that's going aboard.
Like, you want me to ride in the wagon with you?
That's how we wagon pool.
All right, I suppose.
All right. That'll be, let's see. What do you think?
oh, I'm thinking maybe. And they're talking amongst each other. All right.
Three.
Three, yeah.
3 gold pieces apiece from each of yous.
Like, I have to pay you, or like you're paying us?
We'll take you for free if you'll help us defend the cart. Any of you good in a fight?
I like sing real good.
Raven clinks her halberd against the floor.
Richland in his jorts, like, shows off his short swords and is like, I can tear anything to shreds. Oh.
When he says that, I'm like, those really are nice pants.
He looks at you, butt stuffins, and he says,
Oh, we got another passenger, do we?
Well, I have my own cart, but I'll follow along behind you. Safety in numbers and whatnot.
So it's a caravan then. Excellent. All right. We're shoving off. So get what you're getting, cause there's no turning back.
As you all attempt to step through the door, a girl in a hood walks in with a kitten in her arms. All right, just be good, Osgood number 3. Oh, hello there.
You got any money, lass?
Some.
3 gold pieces will get you to the Apple Fest today.
Ooh,
Shut up, Chris.
okay.
All right, we're leaving now.
All right, let me grab my things.
You don't need to talk to your mum. Maybe your auntie.
Okay, yeah. She runs off
Bug it all. I didn't mean for her to do it now. How long is this gonna take? All right, let's get loading.
He grabs some of his bags, and you see the third pirate coming down the stairs with a crate full of strangely white, almost kind of translucent apples. And then the other one comes shortly behind him with the same, another crate full of these apples.
Can I grab one and smell it to see if it smells like different than an apple?
Okay. The second pirate looks at you, startled as you grab this, but he doesn't have time to stop you. What are you doing? Are you rolling? You're typing something.
Yeah, I'm about to roll. I just need to see what my what would this be? An investigation?
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, Brian, are you rolling in the bot today?
Not unless you want to.
Okay. Just wondering.
I got a 14.
It's kind of giving off it's like a faint mist in your hand that's kind of flowing around you and swirling around your fingertips. And you don't really smell much of anything.
I shrug my shoulders and then throw it back in the basket.
Hey, bird thing. Careful with those. Them's our prophets.
Like, what are they?
Ghost apples.
Like, the apples are ghosts?
Aye, they're
That's-
undead.
How do you, like, undeadify, like, an apple?
That is a very good question.
We happened upon a village. It had been quite right burned down to the ground, but down in the cellar we found these. Died like the rest of the village, I reckon, but their spirits remained. Never seen anything like 'em in all me travels, and I reckon they'll fetch a pretty penny.
Did you, like, try to eat one?
I knocked my headphones out of my face.
What?
How do girls put in earbuds? So much hair.
How are you having a problem with that?
Oh, so I see you guys haven't tuned into the live stream. All right. Well,
You are dressed!
Oh,
Wait, what's going on here?
I need to tune in.
the
Brian,
Because last time we did the
the cross-dressing
role
one.
swapping.
yeah, the group
Gender swapping.
unlocked a couple of group unlockables last week, and one of them was cross-dressing to complete a mission, and so I have to do this. I look pretty good with hair.
It's very nice.
So the
I
pirate.
especially like the poopy sleeves.
Oh yeah, with my biceps.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Here, I'll give you a full gander. Just a bit.
Earbuds are hard. That's for sure.
She walked up to me and she asked me to dance. I asked her name, and in a dark brown voice, she said, "Lola."
This was my grandma's square dancing dress.
You look very nice in it.
Thanks.
Those really are nice pants.
Oh man! So the pirates plonk these big crates full of ghost apples in the back of the cart, and the cart is it's kind of like it's not a enclosed cart. It's open face. There's a driver's seat up front, and then there's a couple benches down behind it. It's almost like a roller coaster in terms of seating. So you guys.
All right, off we go then. Where's that girl? Little girl.
So suddenly, there comes the girl chasing after a cat that is running on to whatever. I guess it's a coach or whatever.
Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. As the cat runs onto the coach, you hear her, "No, Osgood number 3, come back here," and she's gonna dive right on.
Number 3.
Don't ask what happened to number 2.
I shudder to think.
There you are, little girl. You coming with us or not?
Yeah. I mean, Osgood wants to go.
That's a cute little kitty.
Yeah, his name's Osgood number 3. Don't ask what happened to number 2 and number 1, no.
Okay. Like, you can sit by me if you want.
Okay. We're gonna be best friends.
Petey,
We'll see.
Petey gives you a hand up and then jumps on the running board so he can kind of keep an eye on the back. And are you just gonna follow behind Eric or Butt Stuffins?
Yeah, I'll be right behind.
Okay. So y'all set off and you start heading east towards Adcock, and you're gonna be just going a little past that off the map that we have. The road is not actually dangerous. She, I don't know what story she was buying into, but
Yeah, I turned to one of the other people in the carriage and I'm like, there was once this group of like 60 people that got decimated by this beast down this way.
No, that was just like what Tommy was telling me, but I think it was because he didn't want to go. And
Yeah,
so
I
now
thought
he's
it
not
was
here.
Totally cool.
I changed my mind, Kim. I'm so happy that you're making Chris do this voice.
It's like the perfect combination.
I love butt stuff. It's like the best.
I'm gonna go through and snip everything he says out and put it in Fillmore's Crossing.
Yes.
So just for since the audience hasn't seen it, I'm going to the audience of us. Let's see, where did it go? I'm gonna post. This poster. This is the one that's just been around town that everybody has seen advertising the Apple Valley Harvest. So it says that they have fresh produce from near and far, games for all ages, contests and raffles, pony rides, petting zoos, merchant booths, and lots of apples. And you all would have seen this
pony
around.
rides.
Yeah, you're all familiar with these posters are everywhere. So then you get off of our map to the east, and you enter into the Apple Valley.
Oh, look at all the apples.
There are a lot of merchant booths already set up. They probably came a day early and kicked off the festival, and now is when the most people are arriving. There's kind of a center square where a lot of the games and activities take place, and then there's like hay bales for people to sit on and watch it all take, and the merchant booths, a lot of them are produce, but there's everything from, it's basically like a farmer's market. There's homemade stuff, there's desserts, there's probably knickknacks and weapons and items and everything you can. It's just a market. So,
All right. I pulled out my headphones again, and I gotta figure out where my ears are under all this hair. All right. Here we are. Grateful for your protection, and if we have any profits when we're done, Well, you're welcome to ride back with us.
Yay!
So Raven is gonna go set up her mount. She didn't ride in the cart. She has a big black war cat.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, she has a big black, like, armored cat mount.
She has a tabby kitten, my character.
As
Don't
you
get too close.
as
She
you-
gets hungry.
as you're doing that, the pirates are able to kind of pop up a quick tent, and it's pretty raggedy. It's basically
Sorry. Go ahead.
it's basically a tarp on some poles, and they kind of set up some quick tables and put their crates on there. Let's see. Is anybody around them while they're doing this, or are you guys gonna go off?
Linky
Raven will
Lou
probably
is
linger for a little bit.
Linky Lou is going to go run up to the big black cat and attempt to give it a hug.
All right, Raven. How does your cat feel about people?
She's typically fairly tolerant, but she is a war cat.
Oh, look at the pretty kitty. You just want a big old hug.
She kills you.
Oh,
Roll up a new
well,
character.
like-
You see her fur start to stick up down her spine and her tail start to flick.
Linky Lou, I don't think the cat likes you very much. You should be careful.
I have no clue what happened.
Oh, the cat is starting to get fur down the back of its neck, and its tail is starting to flick.
Can I roll animal handling to try and calm it down?
Okay.
Aw, it's okay, kitty. Just hang with me and everything will be A-okay. That is a nat 20.
The cat starts purring and kind of rubs its face on your hand. And while he's doing that, Raven, roll a perception check.
Okay. Ooh, 20.
Damn. Okay. You can almost. You're watching him put these crates of apples on the table.
Mhm.
You can almost swear that you saw one of the apples move, twitch, almost like a Mexican jumping bean.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not
All
gonna
right.
say anything. They did say they were ghost apples.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Go for it.
Where did we put that? Where did we put that banner? You can go ahead. They're just setting up.
Okay. I would assume that Richland's son would have set up the like booth the night before, so Richland is just dropping off like the big stack of quilts that he had in his cart.
Cool. Okay.
So it's at that little cart.
Oh, Richland, honey, you came.
I don't know you.
I'm your Auntie Ergelfa.
Oh, of course, Auntie It's been so long. Good to see you. Good to see you.
I wondered if you'd be selling your quilts here.
Oh, of course. Penelope has been up day and night for the past few weeks, making special apple quilts and what have you. Shop's been up to me, so I've been quite busy myself. I haven't even been able to get down to the inlet.
Oh,
honey, I'm glad that you're successful in this business. I was so worried about you when you weren't become a doctor.
Well, I mean, technically I am. I do still have my degree,
Oh,
but
that's cute, honey. Listen, I would like to buy one of these quills. I bet you guys didn't know I could come up with a voice more annoying than Kim's. What are the rest of you doing?
You're just like giving me fodder to like come up with an even worse voice.
I was gonna say it can go both ways, Brian. I'm gonna be playing next week.
Like, oh my god.
You guys are just gonna speed up my suicide.
What are the rest of you doing?
Falk. Yeah, Falk's here, everybody.
Yay!
So you like apples? Scraw like kind of meandered around a bit and then got in the longest line that he could find.
This is the line to a specialty. It's a sandwich, and it's something that anybody could make at home, and it's extremely popular here because they gave it a crazy name. It's called
Peanut butter and apple butter sandwich.
It's called peanut butter apple butter sandwiches.
Sandwich.
It's at your booth. Holy shit. Okay. These people have been waiting for you to get here because your sandwiches are renowned. And Scraw was right there with you when you were opening, but for some reason he decided to get in the back of the line. The first customer I don't know if the whole thing's curtained off or if it's open. But Steffens? Can you guys hear me?
I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, my phone locked and then it wasn't unlocking. It would be like there's like a small like deli counter almost, and then it's like a gift shop just filled with quilts. So there's probably not really a curtain. It's more just like a prep table.
Okay. So as soon as the door is kind of open to the public, they start shuffling their way in and filling the place, and he says, I've been waiting an hour here.
Well, you should have come on time then instead of getting here early.
Nothing doing. I ain't been at the back of that line.
Then I guess there's nothing to complain about, eh?
I'd like 30 apple butter sandwiches.
Coming right up, friend.
Same though, TBH.
While the pirates are not far away, and they say,
Ghost apples, come and get your one-of-a-kind ghost apples.
and some of the people from the back of the line figure they're going to just come back later, so they leave and go investigate the apples, and
When they leave, I follow them.
okay. Okay, so they start handing out these ghost apples and letting people examine them, and there's just kind of mist billowing off of them every time they swish them around in the air. And why don't you roll a perception, Scraw?
All right. It is a 10.
You would not swear with certainty, but out of the corner of your eye, you also thought that you saw one of them move in the crate.
One of the apples move?
Yep, without being touched.
Fuckity fuck. Ghost apples.
Please, Mr. Bird, no cursing around our customers. So, Now, butt stuffins, why don't you roll a perception?
I'm up. 13.
Okay. You are making people apple butter sandwiches, and then you get somebody to tap you on the shoulder for just a moment, and you turn around and answer their question. And when you turn back, your apple butter is on the wrong side of the table.
I'll probably be like, look for it on the one. There it is. I would lose my own head if it weren't attached at my neck.
I hope you're not expecting me to be able to repeat that.
you were kind of cutting out, but I caught that you were saying something about you would lose your head if it wasn't attached.
I'm just bumming around and figured I'd get close.
Oof. You might need to change servers or something. So, what are the rest of you doing? Let's see. Saralach, what are you doing?
Are there any like bard stands around or
Oh,
music?
100%. There are
Okay.
people playing the lyres, there are bands, there are people playing flutes, there are drummers.
So lots of competition.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think I'm here to have fun more than make money. So I'm just gonna go and check out, kind of watch the other bands. Kind of, I don't know. Does anybody play the lyre close by?
Yep, you can just kind of down south from you guys, across the road.
Okay. So I would go over and like kind of critique how this person is playing. And
To his credit, he's also got kind of a kick drum set up with cymbals, and he's
playing it all.
He's playing it all, and he's singing a song about a bloody knuckle boxer.
The streams, they're crossing. That's like a really good song. I really like the way you can play like all of those at once. That's really cool.
Takes some practice, but I've been at this a while. You play?
Well, yeah, I play. Like, can't you see I've got a lyre right here? And she pulls it out.
All right, I'd be interested in hearing something from you.
All right. Like, do you know that one song? Of course, now all of the songs leave my head.
Make it up.
Blue suede shoes? Wrong bard.
That's like the
Freebird.
wrong bard.
Free
Um,
bird.
Freebird. The sun has set behind the trees.
Oh,
As
Alabari!
we trance perchance to dream. That would be Zalara more than Alavari. But anyway, if we're crossing streams, I might as well go whole hog, right?
Man, it is weirdly hard to do cowboy versus pirate. Let's see.
You've got a lovely voice.
Like, thank you.
Not that one, the other one.
Like, I was told that I had to sing and just like the right way because otherwise you hurt your vocal cords.
Would you care to play together?
That would be like totally cool.
Okay. He's already kind of drawn a crowd, but he's going to kind of just follow you because he just tell him what key to play, and then I guess roll a performance check.
Okie doke. Go away, face spiders. 17 plus a number. My performance is 5. So that gives me 22.
You guys jam for a while, and you start making some pretty good tips, and then suddenly you're right in the middle of a pretty upbeat song, and the beat just stops, and you look over at him, and he's looking down, and his cymbal and his kick drum are like 10 feet away, like they'd slid across the ground.
Whoa, dude. That's like a really cool trick. But could you like not... It wasn't you?
I didn't do it. Got a prankster around here, apparently.
Well... Gosh darn. Every time I say well now, it just automatically goes there.
Right?
That, like, seems like a really weird prank to pull, though.
Why don't you roll a perception now?
$13. Plus 0, 13.
A kind of wispiness dissipates from the kick drum, and you see a white movement of something. It looks like almost like a little animal, almost like the size of a rabbit, and it leaves the kick drum for just a split second and disappears into the ground, like underneath the ground.
That was like the weirdest thing. Did you just see that little bunny rabbit come out of your drum and go into the ground?
Weren't no bunny. Think it was some sort of demon or something.
Like a demon?
I think I might be done here. I'm probably gonna pack up and leave before somebody tries to entice me to sleep with them. He starts putting up his stuff.
What is going on with you, Raven?
Honestly, she, after taking care of her mount, she probably walked around for a little bit, moseyed away. She maybe weaved into the crowd, listened to the music a tiny bit, weaved away, just kind of watching to keep an eye on everybody.
As you are meandering your way through this festival, you have noticed there are a number of ghost apples going around. You've seen them in people's bags, in their baskets, in their hands.
Oh.
And I don't even think it's prevalent enough now that I don't even think you need to roll for it. You saw one of the weird white things moving and disappear into the ground as well.
Do I see them?
Can I just say I've never heard it pronounced prevalent before?
Prevalent?
Yes.
I don't say it very often.
So I noticed them. They're very obvious. Are they taking people's things?
No, you only just saw the one, and it dashed out from behind one of the market tents, and then kind of skittered down into the ground, almost like it was burrowing, but there was no actual dirt moving out of its way.
Can I try to grab one?
Roll. What's this gonna be?
Probably bad.
One would be a perception, and the other, I guess, we'll just do sleight of hand.
Okay. I got a 17 for my perception, and I got a 4 for my sleight of hand.
So you definitely see another one, and You see somebody's basket. They're carrying it in line, and you see this thing kind of hop out of the basket with a wispy trail behind it, and it starts to kind of make its way towards a crowd. And you make a mad dash for it, kind of a tackling lunge, and it just slips between your fingers, and there's just like a poof of mist.
Welcome, friend.
What's up, Papa K? Your light is green like you're talking, but I don't hear anything.
Mm,
We'll see if he can get on. All right, let's jump back to butt stuffins. Oh no, let's jump to Linky Lou. What are you doing?
so, yeah, Linky Lou is pretty much fawning over this cat. She's like, "Oh, you're such a precious kitty cat." And Osgood number 3 is kind of like giving the jealous look to the big cat because it secretly enjoys the attention that Linky Lou gives it. And then Linky Lou notices the petting zoo and she goes, "Oh!" and runs off.
You go to this petting zoo. I still can't hear you, Papa K. Sure your mic is hooked in and everything? It looks like you don't have yourself muted, or else it would have a mute icon.
Linky Lou asking everything good Papa is.
It's one of his shower comments.
I'm having a hard time reaching the middle of my back.
I hate you guys so much.
Oh, that's a running bit that doesn't make any sense, but boy, are we never going to let it go. Holding
I
on
hate
tight.
all of you.
Tech troubles. Always fun.
So I'll just say to try to fill the silence, like somewhere next to one of the characters, like you can hear Falk's character in the background, who just like went up to one of the other Apple Festival patrons, and he's like, "Look, I got a number. How do you like them apples?" And then he walks away with both Ben and Casey Affleck.
He drops the
high-fiving
mic.
each other.
He drops the mic.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to just tinker with it, Papa. And if you can get it to work, feel free to interrupt us. Otherwise,
Also said in the shower.
All of you.
Otherwise, you can always type your stuff out if you want to. For the time being, we'll try to fix it later. So, where were we? Linky Lou, you go to the petting zoo, and there are a lot of really cute animals. I want to have you roll a perception now.
All right. That is a 15 plus my 5, so dirty 20.
You're at the goats, and you are reaching down into one of the pens and stroking the back of this goat, and then you hear a but it comes from like above you, and you turn around and the pen behind you has a goat like floating up to the ceiling.
What?
And it lands and then it starts like walking around on the ceiling like nothing is weird, just normal walking on the ceiling.
Wow, that's amazing, little guy.
And then suddenly there's an earthquake resounding kabang. The goat falls, and you feel the ground shake beneath you, and then it all just stops. Everybody around you kind of screams and startled, and then they're just kind of looking around like, what the fuck was that?
Oh no, this looks like a job for Linky Lou. She poses valiantly. So, what just happened?
I don't know what that was. Haven't had earthquakes here.
Well,
Can't wait until it turns around and starts puking pea soup everywhere.
do you think it could have been a monster?
Monsters. Don't be silly, boy. Or girl.
I'm a girl.
Don't be silly, girl. Well, we'd probably better get to some cover. Find something that we can get under earthquakes. We had earthquakes. And he starts telling you back in his hometown he had earthquakes. But now let's jump to... what's his name? Butt Stuffins. Where is he? He's not in the chat anymore. Scraw.
Scraw is near Butt Stuffins, and like I had seen one of those ghost apples just like kind of moving around on its own, and so I'm trying to chase it.
Okay. It's Butt Stuffins. I'm gonna get to you next because he disappeared. But right now, Scraw is chasing an apple and it's rolling down one of the kind of the center aisles of between these marketplace tents, and you're trying to catch it. Roll what?
Well,
Athletics.
While I'm trying to catch it in Butt Stuffin's voice, I'm like, Rupert. And I'm like trying to catch this thing.
I love this so much. Like, so much.
They made it so you don't have to carry sheets anymore.
Athletics.
So, athletics. Ooh, I think I'm pretty good in that. Yeah, +4.
Okay, so hi.
Hello.
13.
You sound a lot better.
I had to reset my router.
Oh shit.
Wow.
What a hero.
Holding up a hero in the morning light.
Scraw.
Apple butter jeans. Reboot the router.
Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. Apple's got the whole town looking at her.
I would like everybody to just be silent for a moment. Linky, will you please sing that entire song for us? Thanks.
What?
All right, Scraw, you catch this apple. And you
right.
you kind of do a diving catch for it. You've got it in your hands, and it's giving off a mist. What do you want to do with this apple?
Throw it on the ground.
Don't need
Threw
your
it on
hand
the
out.
ground.
I'm an adult.
Do you really?
Yes.
It hit.
I've had enough of the system.
A security guard comes up and starts tasing on your butthole.
Over.
Yikes.
No, you pick up this apple.
I love butt stuff. It's the best.
This festival has a better police force than all of Torrington.
Get this man a breakfast butt stuff and scrambler.
No, you stand up tall with this apple and you just throw it on the ground, man. And then the apple hits the ground and it just shatters into a bunch of pieces, and they all just kind of poof into mist. And you see one of these white things skitter out.
What does it look like? The white thing.
So you are probably the first person to get a really clear look at it, and it looks like a maggot, but it's large like a rabbit, and it's ghostly.
Oh, weird. So I will kind of look shocked and then look over at Butt Stuffins and I don't know if I have anything to say about that.
This thing is not moving super fast.
Oh, I got it. Oh, look at all the apples. And I kind of motion my arms around it at all the ghost apples that are causing chaos.
I'm gonna assume that he said that loud enough for you to hear, Butt Stuffins.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just checking what spells I have. So there's a bunch of ghost apples running around causing chaos. That's what I've gathered.
You've gathered correctly.
Excellent. Then I would turn to Scraw and be like, "Huh, oh, the apples indeed!" And I'll pull the two short swords from underneath the counter and kind of do the like pommel horse like vault over the counter and run over to Scraw.
Okay. By the time that you finally get to him, got hair in my mouth. By the time you get to him, I've never had that happen before.
Oh my god! Welcome to our world.
It's also, if you lean back in this chair, you got to be careful not to like pull your own hair.
Yeah.
Being a girl is hard.
Or being a guy with long hair,
is
thanks.
hard. Yeah.
Never done that either.
Yeah, dude. What the heck?
We exist and we deserve validation.
Yes.
Thank you.
As a guy with long hair, I approve. I approve this message.
So one of the guys at the thing says, "Oi, what about me sandwiches?" But you're already over the counter, and by the time you get to Scraw, this thing is probably made it 15 feet away, and it's not moving super fast because it's trying to do a squiggly crawl thing like worms do, but it's like rounder and chubbier.
I'm gonna sort of buckle my my whip and whirl it out, and I'm going to try to attack the thing.
That was cool, Foley. All right, make an attack.
All right.
Why don't we all roll initiative? And is there anything, so you all have seen this suspicious activity, is there anything you want to do to prep before a battle initiative?
Oh, shit.
A crit!
So it'll be 12.
Okay.
12 slashing damage. And I hit it from 10 feet away. So
Okay.
I'm not like right up next to it. Oh yeah, and my initiative.
Did you even roll for an attack?
Yeah, the attack roll was the crit, 26.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, I didn't see the second one.
And then the
I just realized that I made her a College of Swords bard.
Oh.
and then my
I should-
initiative is 11.
Okay.
Village of Swords.
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 Can you
I
hear me
s-
now? God, swords.
I should have been doing a sword dance, but anyway.
That's S words, Mr. Connery. S
Yay!
word.
I take it you still can't hear me?
We
Hey,
can now.
we can
Oh,
hear
we can
you.
hear you
Hello.
now.
Oh, thank
Yay.
God, guys. Thank God.
Papa K.
Papa.
Because I didn't have the app installed on my Mac.
Oh.
And I have a custom encryption software, so it's kind of hard to install things on here.
Fun.
So Papa K, what's your character name and class and race?
Okay. His name's Dalmar. It's here, I'll type it in chat. And he's a half-elf sorcerer.
Yes.
Almost a Brandon
Sweet.
Sanderson name. Half elf sorcerer. So,
Yep.
you are not with this party, but then I don't know if what you've heard, but these pirates brought these ghost apples, these undead apples to the festival, and
Okay.
they started haunting the place, and the people started seeing these giant ghost maggots, apple maggots, kind of squirming around, and so that's what you guys are fighting now. So you'll need to roll an initiative, and this is how you meet the party, is through this battle, I suppose.
Okay. So, guys, bear with me, because this is really the first or second actual really game I've played. So
Oh, no
bear with
worries,
Wait a
man.
moment. Yes! This is the first fight that I'll have Linky Lou actually be in. Hopefully she's not completely useless.
She dies immediately.
And
Everything crits her at once.
my apple maggot casts paralyze.
Yeah.
And I'm out. Goodbye, guys. Have a good night.
Okay, so it would be a 20, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And you should have an initiative modifier of some sort.
It's your dex modifier.
Dex modifier.
And
Okay,
Ryan,
then
as
sure.
I'm running to Scraw, am I able to cast False Life on myself before initiative?
Yeah, I'm giving you guys all. You already are aware of the danger and what's going on, so I'm giving you all opportunities to do whatever you want to do to battle prep.
Alright, dope. Because I'm not wearing armor, so my AC is 5.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so my dex modifier is 1.
Okay. What's your D20 roll?
It is a 3.
All right, initiative 4. What did you get, Sarah Lach?
Right. I rolled initiative some time ago. What did I roll? A 6. Plus 3, so 9.
9. And then I didn't get yours, Linky Lou.
It was a 19.
All right.
Did you get mine?
Raven got a 17.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just wanted to make sure you saw it.
That's so Raven.
Ah.
I knew it was coming,
Mm.
but it still hurt.
And Sarah Lach. Dalamar. Let's see what these guys get. 16.
Heard somebody's cat.
Yeah, it's the girlfriend's cat in the background. She's
Meow.
excited that she's back.
Stream
Meow.
kitty!
One more 10 for
Yay!
cat.
She can meet Osgood. Number 3. Don't ask what happened to number 1 and 2, though.
Wow. That's the last. Okay. All right. So, butt stuffins, you did your thing. What did you say that was?
False life, I get a D4 plus 4 of bonus health.
Do any of you have any other preparations before the battle begins?
Nah.
Okay. So, Scraw, you see how much they have. You whip this maggot, and it just kind of explodes in this weird ectoplasmic goo that just splurts all over the ground and gets all over your whip, and it is dead.
Ew. Ew.
So, Linky Lou, you are at
All
the
right,
you're at the petting zoo, which is, I'm going to say, east.
So where's the closest one to me that I can see?
You look outside, and on the east side at the end of where the lamppost is and the 2 hay bales, you see one between the hay bales. I'm going to say it's, I'll say it's 25 feet from you.
All right, I take out my 2 crossbows and I take my 2 shots.
Shoot away.
All right. And the first one is a natural 20. And the second one is a 9 plus my additional 9. So an 18 to hit for the second.
What are the damages?
Oh, yeah, sorry. For the first one, it would be 5 plus 4 times 2, which would be 9. 18 damage for the first attack, and for the second one, that would be 5 damage for the second one.
Okay. You quickly, after the earthquake, you look over and see these 2 maggots on the ground, and you quickly take aim with your bow readied, and this thing splatters all over the place. And then you get the second one, but you just kind of pin its tail to the ground, and there's a little splurt, and then it kind of rips the back half of its tail off and starts skittering away.
Ew. All right, and I'd like to then take my action surge to cast Firebolt on it.
Okay.
That is a 19 plus 6, so 24, 25.
Damage.
25 to hit. And then that's 2d10. That is 9 and 1, so 10.
Then after this arrow pins it to the ground and it starts trying to crawl away, you immediately shoot a firebolt, and it's like this stuff explodes just like the first one did, but then it's kind of charred black and kind of boiling, like bubbling on the ground.
Ew.
And
All right.
Is that the end of your turn?
Is there any more near me?
Not that you can see in this very moment.
All right. Yep, that's my turn.
Okay.
God, I love playing this character.
So I'm gonna say Saralach, you see a maggot appear out of the ground, and Raven, you see one. What were you doing? Oh, I'm going to say you're north. because you were scouting around. There's kind of a beer garden looking thing in the center of the north place. You see one skitter right out of there towards the well.
Oh. Well,
It's,
I'm gonna go stop that.
Okay. So you see, that's going to be, and then just a second. It's a regular attack, okay. 16. So that's a 19. Okay, so Saralach. This maggot that came out of the ground, it skitters over to you very quickly, gets in range, which is adjacent to you, and bites you. It rolled a 19.
That hits for sure. Because I totally forgot to give myself armor. That's great. Anyway,
You and Butt
she's still in
Stuffins.
her nightie.
And that pirate from before cannot stop staring at you from across the way. All right, that's going to be...
Might have some drool on his face.
You did not see this maggot in time. It really caught you off guard from behind, so it bit you on the ankle for 3 damage.
Ouch.
That's like really not cool.
And it is
Like,
now.
wow.
That's where it is. It's adjacent to you. Next turn is Raven. What do you want to do? This one is skittering out of the beer garden.
I'm going to... Is it within range that I can, like, run up to it?
You can make it. It's 25 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up to it and I'm just gonna smack it with my halberd.
Awesome.
Just cut this sucker in half. Oh shit, I got a nat 20. Sorry.
Well, you hit.
It's so unnecessary.
You
I don't
cleaved.
even need that. Alright, so... Do I even need to roll damage?
Yeah, you should. I just need to know how much gore there's going to be.
4 plus 3, so 7. Plus whatever it is. Because I crit it.
Okay.
Lorch.
You don't even have to run that fast. You go over to this thing. The halberd goes up, and then it comes down like a guillotine and just slices this thing in half. And
Damn.
it has just enough life in it to go, "Rawr!" And then and it's gross. And,
Goodbye, you brave, beautiful soul, you.
you see the back half kind of wriggling like when you cut a worm in half.
Well, I got upset at first because there's a symbol in the 20 space on my D20. And I couldn't tell if it was a 1 or an 8.
Anything else for your turn?
I'm just gonna continue to look around for more. That's really it.
Roll a perception real quick.
I can do that. Watch, I used up all my good rolls.
There
14.
There really are a finite number of maggots. You're not just killing until I feel like it, so you're whittling them down. Yeah, you see... Let me look at the map one more time. After you kill him, something catches your eye, and next to the beer garden to the right, there's that road going north. You see one kind of skitter out of that front shop and start heading north up that road.
Okay.
And then we're going to take us to Butt Stuffins. You just killed one. What do you want to do? You can roll a perception, I guess, to look for another one.
Yeah, I'd like to find more.
I'll let that be a free action, too.
Cool. As I'm doing that, I'm like calling out to the crowds of people, like, don't worry, Port Authority, everything under control.
There are some people who are just noticing these things and being like, what the hell was that? And there's others who have seen you chop them in half and been like, oh my gosh, what is going on? and this crowd is starting to stir up. Everybody's getting a little freaked out around, especially after that weird earthquake. Perception 7. You're mostly looking at these people in the crowd starting to pick up. You don't see any immediately until, I'll say, because it was a low number, I'll say that you see one, but he's like 40 feet off.
40 feet off?
Yep. You're kind of at this weird stable-looking thing where they had the pony rides. He is up by the windmill. Towards the windmill.
Okay. Are there any between us?
Say that again?
Are there any, like, pedestrians in between us?
Yep.
Between
There's
me and this thing?
pedestrians all over.
Okay. Then I will cast. I'll cast Ice Knife,
Oh, cool.
and that is a ranged spell attack, which puts me at 18 on the die. So
Certainly a hit.
beautiful. That's 1d10 then. 5 damage for it.
Okay. Does it have any other effects?
If there's anyone within 5 feet of it, it has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, there's a crowd of people. Yeah, they're going to roll one. That's a 5.
Oh, they don't save.
What happens
But,
to
Oh.
They take 2d6 cold damage. They take 9 cold
Jeez.
damage.
Oh my god.
I wonder who's dealing the real damage here, the good guys or the bad guy.
Would you mind describing the kind of the effect that this knife has visually?
Yeah, so it's just like a shard of ice that like shoots out, and then like as it hits its target, it just explodes into tiny little like glass splinters.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So this knife, you don't quite hit the maggot. It lands right next to it, and the splinters tear pieces through this maggot, and you see some goop fly off. But then some of the other pieces hit one of the bystanders. And you know what? It was a 9-year-old girl, you bastard.
Oh my god.
I'll call out to the crowd and be like, "Careful, everyone! They're exploding! Oh, this is horrible! Oh no!
You said everything would be okay.
I didn't know they were terroristic monsters. Clearly, we need to be more careful. Everyone, retreat to the stalls, please."
People
After he says this, I add, "Oh, the apples indeed."
people around you do start making their way to some shelters and trying to get out of the main pathways and stuff. Is there any last things you want to do with your turn?
No, I think that's good.
Okay, so you guys are still kind of near that pony ride. I'm gonna jump to Scraw.
All right. Is there anything within my my movement distance that I can climb up on and get like a higher vantage point?
All there are apple trees. That's like the tallest thing here, and light posts, which aren't that tall. I'm gonna say the light posts are 10 feet off the ground.
Okay, and how close am I to one?
Oh, there's the windmill. The windmill's like probably 30 feet tall, but it's a ways away.
So how about these light poles? How close is the closest one?
There's a light pole about 10 feet from you.
All right, so with my movement, would I be able to get up to the top of one?
What is your movement?
30 feet.
Sure.
All right.
I don't know.
And,
Bird can probably get up, right? You don't need to roll acrobats for that, or athletics, I mean.
I mean, I'll roll it if you want me to.
All right, but roll with advantage.
Okay.
Eric.
My acrobatics is 6. So either 12 or a 13. So a 13 would be the higher one.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Do I
It's
make it?
you make it. It's a bit of a climb, but it takes you longer than you realized it would, but you get to the top.
All right. And then once I'm up there, how many can I see from where I'm at?
Perception with advantage.
Oh, not very good. So an 8 is my higher one.
Okay. I'm going to say that because you climbed all the way up here, I will give you one, but it's going to be another, just like with Eric, it's 40 feet away. And this one's
Okay,
more
well,
towards the very center of this square area.
All right. So I'm going to use my bow this time, my longbow, and make a shot. I get 2 attacks per round. So that's a 24 to hit.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
And that is 11 damage.
So you snipe this thing from all the way across the road in this light pole, and it zings through the air and lands right through it in the square, and it doesn't explode like the others. It pierces it to the ground, and it kind of flails about, and then disappears in a poof of mist.
Okay.
And then roll a dexterity save. You can roll with advantage
All
because
right.
you're a bird.
Where did the... Oh, what happened? There we go. You said dexterity save.
Mm-hmm.
That's plus 3. So 16.
Good enough. You all feel the earth shake again with a tremendous kaboom, and the trees up north start kind of swaying back and forth like they just got hit by something, and some of the tents poles collapsed. And I think everybody should roll perception on this one. Try to get higher than a 15. Try to get higher than a 12.
14.
For me, so just barely.
15.
16.
Are you with us, Saralach? Or she's muted. What'd you get, Papa Kid?
That would explain why you didn't respond to me.
Oh.
19.
19, okay.
11.
Okay. And you included your perception bonus modifier under your wisdom.
13.
Okay. Everybody who got a 50, or everybody who got above a 12, you look north towards where the windmill and everything is, and you start to see these 2 ghostly-looking wings emerge from inside the trees behind all the tents and stuff, and they flutter a bit, and then from beneath them, as they rise up, you start to see the hulking body of something.
The Hulk.
Hulking body.
The hulking body of the Hulk. I'm going
It
to
is
say,
Mothra.
what did you roll, Scraw?
Oh, for perception?
Yeah.
It was a 13, but I added the wrong modifier. I've been using the wrong perception modifier the whole time. I'm actually got a +5 for perception rather than 2. So
Oh, so it's better.
it's a 16. Yeah.
Scry, you're able to see the whole body while you're up in your light
All right.
post. It's this.
And was this still technically during my turn?
It's the end
'Cause
of you.
I still have another attack that I didn't use
Oh, totally.
when I killed that other thing. All right, so I'm gonna turn into an attack on this thing too. 21.
Oh, I gotta pull up its stats.
Apparition.
All right. AC 15. You hit.
All right. All right, 6 damage, piercing,
Okay.
and I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
So I'll just do both my attacks. This so 2d20. So the first one would be a crit, natural 20, and then the second one would be an 18. So both of those hit. Do the first damage. So,
That 6 wasn't your first damage?
no, the 6 was the.
Oh, your accent trait. So you have another 2
the-
shots
yeah.
afterwards.
Well, the 2 shots are the see the 2d20. I just did both of them at once.
I see.
And so 20 plus 8 and then 10 plus 8. So the first crit shot here is 5 times 2, so 10. And then the second one is 5, so 15 damage in that volley there. So I'm just like doing the Hawkeye from the Avengers.
Just so I'm clear, in total, you did 3 arrows to him, right?
Yep.
All right.
So 6 damage and then 15 damage, so it's 21 total.
Cool. So you immediately kill this, or you kill this weird maggoty thing in the center square, and then immediately this.
I was about to say, did I immediately just fucking.
No, you kill the maggot in the center square, and then immediately feel this earthquake as this monster emerges, and you spin around on your little perch there, and fire off 3 more arrows, which are all easy hits because this thing's massive. And you see goop squirt out, and your arrows kind of stick into it for a moment,
Yeah.
and then they kind of just fall through it and land on the ground, and it kind of lets out a hissing sound. And that is the end of your turn?
Yep.
Next up is Saralach.
Okay, so giant moth. I'm standing over near where Hard was putting all his stuff away.
Stop! Call him Wyatt.
His name is Hard Wyatt. I'm
He
calling him
goes-
by his first name.
No, you're not allowed. All right, what do you do?
Anyway, and so this moth is rising out of the trees on the far side of the area, like behind the.
Yep, to the north
Things.
near the windmill. So this
Okay.
is going to be, let's see, if it's 40 from them, it's probably going to be at least 80 feet from you if you're south.
What is the range on a dagger?
Not 80 feet.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, so I'm gonna move my 30 feet forward to the moth, and then
I
I
need
don't
to
know.
remind you, you were standing next to a maggot, so this is an attack of opportunity.
Oh, that maggot's still there. Thank you. It's been so long. I totally spaced that. Okay, I'm gonna kill that maggot.
Okay.
Maybe, hopefully. Then I will take my rapier, and I get 2-weapon attack because swords. not that that's going to do much. 6 plus 5 is 11. I'm guessing that doesn't hit. Second attack.
The little maggot, that hits the 11.
It does?
Yeah, it's just a little guy.
Oh.
It's a 10 AC.
Jeez. Okay. So 1d6. 6 plus 2. 8 damage.
Apparition wings. 8 damage. Oh man, you stab. This is almost like well, anyway, you stab this thing and run it right through, but you must have missed a vital because it's still wiggling around a little bit. But it's like completely helpless. Like it's just paralyzed practically. It's it can't really do anything except wiggle.
Well, I will try again then, and 19 hits if the first one hit.
The first one pierced right through it and did, it injured it, but it was still a little bit of life left. The second one, you pick it up and you kind of whack it on the ground again, and the whole thing just goes. It's dead.
Ew. This thing's really gross.
And you know what? It gets it on your nice slippers.
This won't come out of these slippers. This is gonna be.
It's like so totally lame, right?
Why do you keep saying the last part of your name?
And then
I just got that. It clicked.
Run forward toward the moth.
Okay.
The last part of my name is not. It's. I can't even do it. Never mind. Not
We need a stream just for the weird out of context sexual noises that come from her. What does this one sound like? Everybody guess.
Can you please remind me what's your movement?
30.
All right. So you are. I don't know how to do math. 60 feet away?
Yes.
50 feet away. I'm sorry. All right. Who's next? Dalamar is next. Dalamar, I'm posting the map again. 1 second. Because
So
Cool.
long.
tell me, where are you in this festival? You can place yourself anywhere you want.
Put me next to the windmill.
All right. You are up north, and you almost got splattered with ice speckles from an ice knife. You just saw this terrible fly thing emerge from beneath the ground amidst these trees. What do you want to do?
I want to attack it.
Okay.
I'm going to use Thunder Wave.
Sounds awesome.
Okay, so let's see. Actually, you know what? Strip. I'm just going to use Firebolt
Okay.
and just blast it. If I. Yeah, that should be good. And that's a 19.
19 will hit.
Cool. And then
What kind of damage?
8.
8 damage. So, let's see here. Calculate that. Oh shit, I forgot.
What would help if the cat stopped knocking my dice off?
I'm gonna let Chris have his thing since I didn't catch it, but unfortunately, he seems like the fire scorches him a little bit, but you've shot things with this before that you've seen their reactions. This thing did not react the same way. It was more just kind of shook it off, and you can kind of see the mist regrow where the scorch mark was, and it does take damage, but it's not going to be as much as you thought.
I figured. It happens.
Do you have that damage? I'm sorry. I got distracted. What did you roll for damage?
8.
8?
Yeah.
It's going to be a 4. Cool.
Damn.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
How far away am I?
From the maggot, you are, I'm going to say, about 10 feet.
Okay. I'll just move closer to it, I guess, for now.
You're going closer to it?
Sure.
Okay. You should. How close do you want to be adjacent?
Yeah, that's fine.
You are now in combat with this thing. So, next up is the apparition. And it's going to. It's going to jab at you with one of its legs. Does a 13 hit? Does a 13 beat your AC, Papake? What is your character's name? Dalamar?
No, it's 14. Sorry about that.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Everything went silent for a second, and I was like, "Oh no, my audio cut out." So I was trying to fix my audio.
So, Raven, remember when I took Saralach's turn?
Yep.
I'm gonna let you go next. Okay, so this thing tries to stomp you, but it misses. You dodge out of the way. What do you want to do, Raven?
So you said I was north, right? How close am I to it?
You are. I lost my thing. 15 feet.
Oh, good. That's exciting. I'm going to do. First, I'm going to. How many things can I do in a round?
You can do an action like an attack, and then you can have a bonus action if it's specified. And then you can have, what else? A reaction if something attacks you.
And movement.
Movement is an action. Certain classes have action surge.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Branding Smite. So my next attack that hits it deals an extra 2d6 of radiant damage.
Oh, shit.
Yup.
Okay.
And then. Yeah, I guess that's all I can do. So I'll just.
And this is because you are you able to do extra damage to it as an undead? Being a paladin?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you said I can only have one action, and casting a spell is a whole action, isn't it?
Got you. I see. I just wasn't sure about paladins if they have some sort of. I was just letting you know that this is undead classified.
Yep. That's why I use Branding Smite.
Cool.
I mean, I could do just protection from evil and good, but nah.
Stop, Chris. Don't finish that sentence.
Branding Smite is a bonus action.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh. Well, I'm going to hit it then.
All right.
If I didn't use up all my good rolls.
You bastard, Chris.
10. Okay, so does a 14 hit it?
Not quite. 15 AC.
Shit. Okay.
Poop it right in the snoot.
I'm sorry. Are you doing something? Did I miss something?
No, I did everything I could.
Oh, okay. I just thought you had something else for some reason. All
No,
right.
I missed my attack and I cast Divine Smite.
We're all just gonna stand here awkwardly and kind of just.
Or Branding Smite, not Divine Smite. You know what I mean.
So this thing.
We all just avoid eye contact with each other.
Paladins do get 2 attacks per action too. Just so you know.
Damn it. Okay.
I'm so glad Eric's with us.
We'll see.
I wouldn't have known this like 2 weeks ago.
Well, my second one is a 16.
That'll do it.
So.
Now I wish I had
7.
waited on my That's So Raven.
Well, you already made the joke once. Why not make it again? 3 times the charm. You son of a bitch.
It's 7 damage.
Okay. Cool.
Until next turn.
Plus the radiant damage from your branding smite.
Is that the 2d6 one?
But doesn't that come after? Because it's a bonus. Can you cast a bonus action before you do your main action?
Yep.
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, these are the things that I don't know playing 5e, guys. So happy that you tell me things. So, 4, 6.
What is happening?
I have no idea.
I was just telling you what part of you was welcome.
So last week, the Anti-Spiral One on Twitter said that this was such a great and crazy show, and I'd just like to apologize to him for this episode. If you're watching still, my condolences.
This really is one that you have to watch too, because then you get the chat text.
Exactly.
It makes all the difference.
Are you giving me more damage, Raven? Are you done?
I did.
You
I
said-
told you,
you
it
said-
was 6.
Oh, 7, but I thought there was a radiant damage on top you were doing.
Yeah, I said 6.
Oh, that was 6.
Yes.
I must not have heard that.
No, you didn't.
All right. Well,
It's
that
his
was
hair.
Apologize for Brian.
that was a,
It's
that
the
was a-
hair. It has sapped all of his ability to think and listen.
That was a truly exhilarating round 1, you guys. It was the great 40 minutes of our time.
That's your fault.
All right. The apparition maggot, he dodges your attack and then gets hit by it again, and this time the flames actually do affect it quite badly, and it goes to stomp on fucking Dalamar. Misses because it's distracted by the flames, and skitters backwards and does a bonus action of a... So I looked this up. Here's a fun fact for you science kids. Apple maggots do this weird dance where they put their wings out to at a 90-degree angle and then they skitter side to side like a spider, and it's supposed to be intimidating. This thing is less than intimidating, but it could still have a chance to cause fear. So I need everybody to roll
Watch me get scared.
a con save.
Oh,
Do
this
people
is not
close to
gonna
it
be
get AOs?
good. Oh yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Attack of opportunity?
No.
Okay.
That's a 7.
You said con, right?
If you are, it's DC 8. If you don't beat it, you are afraid of the thing.
Oh good.
Oof,
I
that's
rolled a
close.
14. Get a
I'm
plus
scared.
3 to that.
I did a 7.
Man,
These are bad rolls, you guys.
yeah. You guys should have climbed up on one of those light poles like me.
Listen, I just out here.
It looks like Dalamar's afraid of this thing. Saralach is afraid of this thing. Buttstuffins is afraid of this thing. How'd you do, Raven?
I got a 14. Well, I rolled a 14. I get plus 3 to that, so I got 17.
You're A-okay. All right. We've got 3 people who are afraid of this thing.
That's so
Stupid.
awesome.
Wait. Was it just what we rolled plus our save?
It's a con save, so you take your con save score. Constitution.
Okay, yes, I did that right.
Well, you said there's.
So if you don't know, when you're frightened, you must make a dash action and move away from it on the safest route. You can't move towards it, and you can't attack it. Every single turn, when it's your turn again, you get to make another save to see if you can overcome this fear.
Is that dash a reaction?
I don't actually remember a dash back when I've done fear, but that's what I just read in this. Hold on. Do you remember that, Chris? Do you remember the fear rules?
I know it causes frightened. I've never heard of the.
Frightened. I just want, maybe I'm looking up the wrong term here. Conditions. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Okay. Frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while it's in line of sight, and creature can't willingly move closer to its source of fear. Cool. All right, let's kill this thing. Kill it, Linky Lou. You are over by the petting zoo. You can make a perception and see if you see any more maggots, or else you can go for the big bad. What do you want to do?
Well, actually, Linky Lou, how close is the petting zoo to the windmill?
Oh, it's a long ways. Let me get my map again. It is 70 feet. I'll say 60 feet.
How close is the girl that collapsed?
The girl that got hit with ice stuff?
Yeah.
She's okay. She ran to the forest. She didn't collapse. She just got nicked.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep. Linky Lou is going to step up 60 feet to the big monster, and she is going to aim with her crossbows and fire.
Okay. My earbud got caught in my hair.
That is a 24 to hit on the first one, and on the second one, a 23.
Both hits.
Okie dokie. And now it's time for the damage. And that sure is 2 8s plus 4. So my math escapes me. That's 12 for each. So 24 damage in total.
I assume this is piercing.
Yes.
So the fear spell does mention that dash action thing, so I'll take a picture of it and post it.
So I looked up sphere spell. That's where I found it. But when I looked up frightened as a condition, that's what I was actually looking for. It doesn't mention.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right, you fire off these 2 arrows, and they, unlike before, they pierced into the maggots and kind of splurted them. This thing, it just kind of pierces and then sinks in and falls through it. It looks like it reacts, but it doesn't look super damaged by it. And so, do you have anything else you want to do?
No, I don't have any. Wait a moment. Actually, yeah. I'm going to cast as a bonus action Hunter's Mark on the thing.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to roll here. Actually, I'll roll a d4. Scraw, Butt Stuffins,
Yes.
Raven, and Saralach. You each have a maggot come up adjacent to you.
A maggot crawled up the pole.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
They're ghost maggots. Okay. So, we'll roll the attacks. Zero. Scraw, does a 13 hit your armor class?
I think it might. Hey, hold on. Let me double check. Nope, 14.
This thing snaps at you, but you easily evade it. Butt Stuffins does a Nope. Butt Stuffins, this maggot misses you.
It was a 3?
Yeah.
Thank God.
Raven does a 13 hit.
No.
You guys are easily evading these bites. Saralach does a 9 hit. I assume not. I'm going to assume not. All right.
I gotta stop muting myself on Discord. No.
Your turn, Raven. For reals this time.
For real, for real? Okay. I'm just looking up something really fast.
The maggots that appeared are adjacent to these 4 characters that I named, so they're not actually clustered together. There's
Damn.
Scraw and Butt Stuffins. They're like 10 feet apart. One's up on a pole and one's on the ground.
Would you
I'm
say
going to
they're
swing at the big bad again.
Okay, what's that, Papa K?
sorry, I was gonna say, would you say that they're within 100 feet of me?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Okay, I got a 17 on the first one
Okay, that's a hit.
and a 15 on the second one.
That is barely a hit.
Yeah. So 9, 14, 17, 18, 19, 26 damage.
Okay. That's total? All the hits?
Yes.
Cool.
All hits.
So you lay into this thing again, and this time there's a considerable amount of splurting, and it starts to look a bit hindered. You get ectoplasm on your face. It staggers, and is that your turn?
Yes.
Butt stuffins. There is one trying to gnaw at your ankle.
Sorry, I was typing.
I always get so caught up in DMing, and then I go back later and look at the chat and think, what the hell went on here?
Well, if it couldn't hit my AC, which is dirt low right now, I'm going to assume that I don't even notice it.
Okay.
And I just I'm going to use catapult on one of my short swords and fling it at the big bad.
Nice.
Yes. I love
So-
this so much.
It's within 90 feet of me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then it has to make a dex saving throw.
16 minus 2.
14. 14 actually makes it.
Oh, wow.
No.
Just barely.
Oh, how low is your DC?
13.
Fuck.
Yeah.
This thing crouches just enough that your sword kind of zings over its head, and it clips a tiny nick out of one of its wings, but it doesn't do enough to actually damage it in any way. You just see a trail of little mist, and then that's it.
Okay. Then I'm gonna... Are there, like, pebbles around me at all?
Sure. Yeah. We're in a dirt, grassy area, but I don't see why there couldn't be some gravel.
Cool. I just want to scoop up, like, 3 pebbles and cast Magic Stone on them.
Okay. Do I need to...
That'll be it for me.
Okay, all right. So, your turn, Scraw. There is one trying to nip at your talons, I guess.
All right. So, I am going to. How far away is the big flying creature?
Let's see. From your pole, that was 20 feet, 25 feet. Yeah, I'd say
Okay.
25. Oh no, let's see. He was 60. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me try to remember. I'll give you a 30-footer.
Okay.
Write that down.
So, I am going to. Do I know where those other maggots were that were attacking the other party members?
Not unless you roll a decent perception.
Yeah, let's do that. At least I know my actual modifier this time. But I only got a 9.
It's not gonna do it.
Okay, so what I am going to do is yeah, I guess at disadvantage I'll shoot at the one that's like nipping at my feet because it's close enough that I'll be at disadvantage there.
What the hell?
So
Oh, 2. I was like,
so
22.
16. Yeah, 16 plus 8. So I'm pretty sure that's going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 damage.
Splurt.
All right. And then I say, hey, keep your mitts to yourself, mate. And then I aim at the big flying creature again. And what I'm gonna do actually? I'm gonna use my sharpshooter and try to do a stronger attack here. Let me make sure exactly what it says. I can take -5 to my ranged attack for a +10 damage. So instead, my modifier will only be 3. No whammies. Fuck, whammy. All right, and that's the end of my turn.
What kind of attack was that?
It was a sharpshooter. Like, you can take -5 to your ranged attack in exchange for +10 damage.
More like a dull shooter, am I right?
Yep.
All right. Next up is Saralach. There's one by your foot again.
Didn't I just kill you?
He's
And
wriggling around in the goop of his brother.
It's like, oh yeah, and then it falls over dead.
that is a 21 to hit for the first one. Jeez, 6. What do I add to that? Rapier. 1. Oh, no, 2. There we go. So that's 8 again.
Same thing happens.
Hey.
You liked that move.
I do. I like it a lot. But I am going to expend one of my bardic inspiration to cause the weapon to deal extra damage to the target I hit. And the damage equal to the number of my inspiration die. That's another 5 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, it's you stab it again, and this time you kind of spin it around and it flings off your sword and hits a nearby tree and splurts into a
You like that word a lot tonight.
just splurting all over it.
That's what she said. And I'm going to try to throw a dagger at the big moth creature. Unless there's a disadvantage because it's more than 20 feet away.
My goodness, you're a good thrower.
But that is not gonna do well. That's a 7 to hit.
Not gonna do it. All right. So this dagger again flings right over its head. It kind of dodges out of the way. Is there anything
Can
else?
I roll anything to be not frightened?
You have to roll a con save.
Oh, that has to be my turn though, doesn't it?
No, it's part of fear. You can do it for free.
Oh, okay. So
It's at the end of your turn. You roll it for frightened.
That's a 10.
I'm gonna need you to do better.
Technically, I actually forgot you're afraid. Technically, you weren't supposed to be able to attack it anyway, so I'm glad you didn't hit.
Rude.
The frightened condition, you just can't get closer to it. You can still hit it if it's...
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
Unless you're using the fear thing.
Totally right. Nope, you're right.
Okay. I just can't go closer.
Dalamar.
That's okay.
Dalamar,
Yes.
you are afraid, so you can't go closer, but yeah, you can attack it.
Okay, I'm going to use Thunderbolt, I think. Lightning Bolt. Wow, wrong thing. Okay. And I gotta it blasts a stroke of lightning 100 feet long and 5 feet wide.
Awesome.
And each creature in line must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. It also ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried. So I
Okay. So
might be an issue.
Well, let's see. What kind of a save was that?
Dexterity.
Ugh, terrible. That's a 10.
Okay. Give me 1 second since I use a d6. That would be So I got a 6 times 8 would be 42. Wait,
That's your damage?
yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. Is resistant, so 42 is going to become 21. So, Scraw, you look over and see Dalamar, and he just summons this huge crash of lightning from the sky that tears a path right through this thing, and it shrieks, and there's like there's goop splurting everywhere, and it buzzes right by you, Raven. You feel the heat emanating off of this lightning bolt that's just crashing from the sky, but it doesn't do any damage. Is there anything else you want to do, Rava Dalamar?
No, I'm good. I'm just kind of
just-
stare at it and go, holy shit.
I'm just at the point now where I'm just like saying noises for your guys' names.
You can call me Dal for short.
Call him Daddy.
No, that's Tim. He's not here tonight.
But his name is already Papa.
Fair.
Yeah, you can call me Papa.
This fly is enraged at this thing that you did to him, and he spins around and he starts tromping towards you, and he, in a kind of desperate attempt to just destroy you, he comes down with all of its force and kind of does like a belly flop on top of you.
Oh boy. Damn.
Oh, I don't have to roll for that. That's a dex save. You gotta roll a dex save.
Okay, which is a D20.
D20.
13.
Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Oh man, that was close. You had to beat a 12. So this thing comes down,
Thank
and
God.
you barely dodge out of the way, and it crashes in front of you and just shakes the earth. And as it's struggling to get up, everybody
Should
who
I have to make another dexterity saving throw to see if I stay on the
it didn't earthquake, but what you can do is everybody within range of it, if you have an attack that can hit, now's your chance to do an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
So, Skra, you should be in range because you shot it earlier.
All right. I don't know if I can use sharpshooter on a AO.
Oh, on an attack of
Just do a
opportunity.
regular attack. Yeah. $12.
That's not gonna hit. Another wild zing as you quickly see a moment of opportunity and you don't quite take aim well enough.
I'll say I did get shook. The pole was shaking underneath me.
Makes sense. Butt stuffins, you can hit it, right?
I don't have any ranged weapons.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, you were throwing knives before. That's right. Just flinging
Yeah,
your
I
sword.
used a spell. Actually, I do have. If it's within 60 feet, I can throw a rock at it.
It is.
Excellent. 13 plus spell mod. 17 to hit.
That'll do it.
Glorious. And take 1d6 plus spell modifier. You take 7 damage from this rock.
Okay. Rounded down is. So this thing gets pelted with a rock. You're let's see, Raven. You're adjacent to it, right? So you can do some damage, or you were adjacent till it moved, but now you can.
Oh. Okay, I got a 16.
That's
now,
a hit.
do we only swing once for an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Okay,
It's just a one action thing.
just making sure. Oh, yay. That's 10 damage.
Oh, wow. What kind of damage type?
Well, that's just the physical damage. I'm rolling my, and that makes it 14.
Okay.
So 14 damage. 4 of that is radiant.
Gotcha. And then, let's see. Saralach, are you in range? Long range? 30 feet? No, it wasn't 30 feet. It was 50 feet. What about Linky Lou? Are you there? Can anybody hear me?
Is anybody?
Breaker,
I
breaker.
can hear you. Sorry.
Sorry.
I muted my
I
mic
was
this
in the
time,
middle
and
of
I'm
eating.
looking at the Discord.
Okay, we'll start with start with Saralach. Can you read this thing?
Yeah. At disadvantage, but I can try. That is not gonna hit. That's 5.
And Linky Lou?
All right. So I'm trying to hit it.
Yeah. Just one
Okie
attack.
dokie. All right. Here go my attack. That is a natural 20.
And the damage?
And the damage is. That is a 6 times 2, 12 plus 8. That's 20 damage.
You shot an arrow?
Yeah.
All right, this thing is oozing ectoplasm out of many areas, and it's got dings and marks in it that the mist can't quite fill in. It's gonna do one more attempt to skitter as a spider and cast fear on you guys. So everybody in visual range, roll a con save. Except if you're already afraid, it doesn't matter. But
Oh.
Papa K. Oh, I'm sorry, Papa K. You should be able to get a attack of opportunity. I forgot
Oh,
about that.
okay. It's fine. It's probably because we did my turn.
Yeah, it's spaced.
Let's see. I got a 14.
Not quite a hit. Swing and a
Yeah, I know.
miss.
Damn.
So you can actually roll 2 con saves to see if you're still afraid, because one for the end of your turn and then one for this thing's casting fear again.
Well, I got a 6 for my first one.
Okay, that's let's see, what was the DC? The DC was 8, so you didn't quite miss, so you don't have to roll a second one. Did anybody else get below 8? Oh, there it is. 12, 15, 20. You guys are good.
Yeah, I got really low both times.
Takes us back to Scraw. What are you doing up on your pole?
I'm
Dancing.
getting ready to start shooting again, and so yeah, I'm gonna shoot again. It's not really much else I can do. I'm going to do the thing where I try to sharpshooter that motherfucker. Ha ha! And so it'll be an extra 10 damage.
Damn.
And so that will be 1d8 plus, let me see, because it's normally plus 3 and plus 10, so that'll be plus 13. So 14 damage.
Holy smokes. Is that piercing?
And then yeah, piercing. And then I'm going to do the same thing again.
This thing is looking rough.
work that time?
That's weird.
Is it just Discord being weird? Let me try it again.
I think you need spaces between the plus.
Oh, I see. Yep, that's probably true.
It doesn't usually make me do spaces between the plus.
Oh, you didn't specify how many d20s.
That.
Yeah, usually you can just write D20 and it just counts it as one, but I'll try it with the one in there.
Our bot
Nope.
broke.
Bot's broken. Guess I'll have to roll an actual physical die. So lame. We live in the digital age. All right, so that's 12 plus 3, 15.
That's it.
All right. You sound so defeated. Let's see if the thing will actually be defeated. That time it worked. All right, 17.
Holy shit. Was that piercing too?
Yeah.
So that's...
Oh, I just noticed that the 14 was just me rolling a 1 for damage plus the 13.
You launch your second attack into this thing, and it pierces, and this thing is starting to stagger, and it's gushing ectoplasm, and it's losing all of its wispiness, and its wings are kind of looking low and kind of down, or like a dog's ears go down when it's sad, and it looks like it's on its last legs. I think, let's see. The maggot minions are going to start racing to their king, queen, whatever. So they're not going to attack. Raven, I think you're going to be the one to kill this. What can you do?
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see.
Unless you fail miserably.
Well, I got a 4 for my first attack. Well, I rolled a 4. It's like 7. Okay, and I got a 17 for the next one.
Awesome.
So, 17. For 10 damage. 6 of that is radiant.
You, my friend, get to decide what this looks like. How do you kill this thing?
It had fallen down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna run up its wings and stick my halberd right in its head and just plunge it all the way through.
Okay. So you do that, and it starts writhing around, and it's not roaring, but it's hissing really loud, and all of its little maggot minions that were crawling toward it start to kind of evaporate into this mist, and you, at the very least, you'll land on your feet. But why don't you roll like what do you call it? Not dex. What's the dex? Acrobatics, to see how cool your landing is.
15.
Oh, it's super cool. What does it look like?
As it like explodes and gushes and hisses.
And splurts. Don't forget splurts.
Yeah, and splits. I basically ride the halberd all the way down like a snowboard, but I'm like holding on to the top of it. And I like ride the blade through it as it splits in half.
Awesome. So the people start to kind of come out of hiding, and all the noise and the ruckus was these arrows zinging and this thing hissing and these attacks being made is suddenly silenced as this thing kind of evaporates into a swirling mist, and Raven comes sliding down. And one of the pirates finally pokes his head out and says, "That was the weirdest thing. I wonder where that came from."
Are the apples all gone now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't you see that your apples are all gone? It was your fault, you idiots.
Who stole our apples?
It's all in the day's work. We saved the town and made everybody happy. Yay! Linky Lou throws her arms up.
Like, I don't think those pirates are happy, Linky Lou.
Oh,
Oh,
we're
well, they're the
delighted. We
bad
made
guys,
quite a
so they
profit.
don't deserve to be happy.
Incidentally,
And he's gonna kind of try and find you guys and start approaching each one of you individually. And he says,
oh, here's your take of your protection for us, and also a bonus since we did so well selling these apples.
I don't know how much it's gonna be. I gotta do
Okay.
a treasure thing here.
Well, I suppose it's all right. I guess. And here we end it.
Yeah, for the sake of time, we'll end it here. I'm just looking at this treasure thing.
I thought he was.
Hey, you
just
got my
counting.
eggs.
Did you like lay some somewhere?
Uh,
Oh yeah. Nope, don't have anything to reply with that.
Yup, I love butt stuff.
boy.
It's the best ever.
It got pretty bad there for me for a little while.
Whoa.
And I am screaming, yep, I'm not going to bed tonight. Yep, that's terrifying. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
We can always depend on Robin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say so you'll get your 800 for helping these guys out, and then Kim, you get another 30 for your music tips.
Woohoo!
800, you say? That is fantastic. Oh, God.
And actually, let's
So
see.
do I roll for my magic item now, or when does that happen?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh,
What
yeah,
about
magic
Gumby's name?
item.
That's gonna be next week. So I'll message you about
Oh.
that, and you can tell me the
Okie
details.
dokie.
Is that for bringing 3 characters?
Let's see.
Yeah.
I would do
I'm trying
that
to remember.
too.
Okay, Eric,
Yeah,
you
same.
get what do I have here? You get
So that
300. You get
is-
300 for your apple butter sandwiches. It would have been more, but you got interrupted by monsters.
That's fair.
Also, I want to talk about getting the fire gem power up for my crossbows if we're still doing the gem power up things.
Okay, you can either message me later or post it in the chat, probably later, so that I'll actually see it and doesn't get buried.
Yeah. Yep.
In whatever this is?
No sweat. I'll just DM you.
All right.
Slide into the DMs.
Night, Papa K. Thanks for playing.
Night,
Hi,
Papa.
Papa.
I'm gonna go too. Catch you guys later.
Later,
Kim.
Maps.
See ya.
Keep same.
Later, sour.
Bye.
Night, Robin.
Night, guys.
Good night.